Nation, Guru Nation, Guru Nation, Guru Nation. Guru Nation, how's it going? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. If you're listening or you're watching, doesn't matter, right? We've got Jason and Ethan from Select IQ. Their links are underneath this video. Ethan is Arizona, not native anymore, but what do you consider yourself?
I guess I'd be a native, but
Native,
now I live
native.
in New York, but yeah.
We're here. We're in. We managed to get inside. We use so much AI. We got inside someone's dream.
Yeah.
So that's like Select IQ managed to.
It's a little scary though.
Get inside dreams, and we're gonna extract information. No, we're in SOS, so Save Our Sites conference. For those wondering what the hell's going on here, this is the Fort
Kindness.
Fort Kindness. So you can't be an asshole to come in. So you're in good company, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, you know it.
All right.
Yeah.
They made it past security. We haven't started using Select IQ yet.
Right.
We got it. It got clogged a little. Then Olga, our office manager, had to unclog it somehow. It's like plumbing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
AI and plumbing.
Yeah.
But it should be working, right? Soon?
Yeah, I mean, it should be pretty soon here.
Okay.
I think it does speak to the question with AI across the board is just data access. How do you get the data?
Interoperability.
Yeah. The EHRs are, historically and notoriously hard to get data out of. So I think
they were never made to get data out of. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. They're being begrudgingly pulled into it, but I think we're on our way. We're optimistic. Yeah.
And so the idea, just for those that don't know, the reason why I got so excited about this, and I'm actually full disclosure an advisor. When you work with a private practice like Up to Par, who we work with at Yuma Clinical Trials, that's Yuma's largest private practice, internal medicine in the whole city.
Wow.
They have a huge database. Huge. For us to go through each protocol and just randomly find a patient, it was like a luck, and just every day, let's see who's here, what we got. There's a more efficient way. You plug in the Select IQ.
Yeah.
And you plug in the protocol. You guys did all that. I didn't do anything. We have a portal. And then you're supposed to get, based on the IE criteria, you're training the AI to find the right patients. Yeah. And it doesn't interfere with the provider's interface. That was really important for me to know and to let them know, hey, the way you access your EMR is going to be the same. Nothing's changed. We have a back-end tool through Select IQ, and it's very user-friendly and all that. And so hopefully it starts working for us soon. We're going to find out soon. But I'm pretty confident because you guys are already using it with other sites and it's working.
Yep. We know the underlying tech works. We have been able to find really good patients, patients that a CRC who spent a lot of time manually clicking through the EHR one by one, was not able to find. And so I think, in a trial where every patient counts, any new one is a big win. I think CRCs doing this manually face a very, very tough trade-off of if you have 12,000 patients in your EHR, or we just pulled in a EHR that has 45,000 patients in it, and you're trying to find patients in there, you can either start skimming, and kind of scrolling through the list and just kind of glancing at patients, and then you run the risk of missing them. Or you just kind of randomly sample people and kind of look at their record more in depth. And so I think the question, the real key is sorting that list of patients. So as you kind of get down the list and they start getting worse and worse matches and not worth contacting, that you can move on and go to your next protocol and start recruiting there.
What have your guys' interactions been with sites here at the conference? Have you been talking to any sites?
Yeah. I think, that's basically why we're here, is just talk to as many sites as possible.
What are they asking? How my biggest thing was, hey, I'm afraid my providers are going to not like the interface. Then that objection was overcome with, no, it's a separate interface.
Yeah.
What are some of the objections you get or you're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I think big one is don't take the EHR down. Priority number one, my business is crippled and my provider is going to be very angry.
They get pissed.
Yeah. So like, don't do that. So, security and privacy, which we, have a very good handle on, like a lot of expertise in that area. And then just like, does it work? Can you actually find the patients and does it help me do my job better? That is just, there's no convincing to be done there. It's just we need to do the work and show the results. And so I think there are plenty of intrepid sites who are willing to kind of like take that first step and give it a shot and just find out firsthand whether it works. And I think obviously you're one of those. There's others.
And we're still trying to find a pricing model, or you guys have one, or what?
Yeah, I think we have a model that I think is working in the near term. We'll be, I think, learning a lot about it, and kind of flexing numbers up and down
It's so
on
new.
a variety
It's
of factors.
so new, it's hard to like price it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of variation site to site as well. But I think what we're doing is hopefully structuring the pricing in such a way that if the trial site wants to, ideally, so two things. Like ideally, it's low enough that they don't have to go to the sponsor to pay for it. But ideally, it's also structured in such a way that they can go to the sponsor to pay for it. And they can bake it into the budget of a particular trial.
That will be the key, I think, for a lot of sites. It can be done remotely.
Yeah.
Jason was nice enough to come to Yuma and do it. And I watched him do it. I turned around and talked to my coordinators about something, and he was done. Like, by the time I turned around, he was like, that's it. The hardest part was him getting there and getting the access. Once we got that, it was easy, but that's something you could have done like through Zoom if we had the right credentials and all that.
Yeah. Typically, we actually don't even need to log into the interface ourselves. Usually, we'll be able to give sort of a list of instructions of like, here's the couple buttons you need to click. But every time we work with like a new EHR vendor, there's a bit of a learning process because they don't really have great documentation for like vendors like us to figure out how to do it. So there's usually like the first time we do a new EHR, there's a figuring out process, right? So for you guys, that was eClinicalWorks. We had a couple things to figure out, but now the next eClinicalWorks that we do, I know one of your other providers has eClinicalWorks. We just have a document that says, here's the things you have to do, and we don't have to be there.
We talked to him too, and he was like, yeah, but not right now. He's a little more like careful. Like he would probably want to be there and watch you do it.
Definitely.
But we could walk him through Zoom and do it together.
Yeah, I think it's not scary, and especially if we can show people how it actually works, right? Like I think what scares people the most is just like not knowing what's going on, And so I think like over time we want to provide like better materials.
We want to do more screenshot, like a screen share.
Yeah, exactly. Like just give them a
hard
demo.
to do with the EMR though because of the HIPAA,
Right. I mean, I think like what's nice is that our product is outside the EMR, like you were saying, and so we're able to give a pretty solid demo that explains how it works without having to like, show them anything protected.
We got to start doing that soon.
Yeah.
To show people, because, like I said, like I'm gonna be transparent. I like the promise of this and the fact that there's other sites that I respect that are much bigger than us that are using it, and the fact that you guys you know what you're doing. Your former Palantir people, like. That's a very prestigious group of people. Not everyone works. Not just anyone can work for that company. So you gotta like believe in not just the idea, but the people behind it. I think, especially when there's like tech that could be commoditized at some point.
Yeah,
I think that's important.
Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit on the last pod, but I think one of the big things that we learned at Palantir that we're trying to take into the business for ourselves is like Palantir is really, it's so customer centric. Like everything is like built around, okay, what is the outcome you're trying to get as a customer? And we will send like people there to go visit you.
Incredible.
Like the same way I came and saw you guys in person. And so we're trying to do that with the sites, like actually go see the sites in person, like learn about how you function, like not try and like ship you some software from outer space.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build that into the company. So if there are any sites that like want to partner with a young tech company and want to like actually get someone working with them in person, like that's the kind of stuff we like to do.
A lot of the ones here, I mean, look, you guys will do more. I think the screen shares are going to be a natural next thing, but I'm involved for the long haul. Let's see how this progresses. We can definitely use it at my site. We're getting some complex trials coming up as well. So thank you guys so much for coming on and being in this fort. And everybody go connect with them on LinkedIn, all right? Jason and Ethan from Select IQ. I've been
Nailed
getting
it.
that. I've been nailing that one. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Cheers.
everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, if you guys like that kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Stay tuned for more videos.